Yes, what's up? How you doing from wherever you are catching me from? Luze Andrew Anderson is my name. Super excited, of course, to be here. So, from wherever you are catching me from, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It doesn't matter. And good night. Some people are just going to bed, others are waking up to go to work. Others, it is still their day going on. But in case you are watching me and from wherever you are listening in from, I want to say thank you very much, of course, for watching through. Luze Andrew Anderson is my name. And of course, we are here on BCM. Today is the 2nd of July, 2020, 2nd of July. 2026. Of course, it's a Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be a Friday. And of course, this is our second day running. So as long as you are here, I want to say thank you very much. And for the people, by the way, who watch immediately or who watch after, I want to also say thank you very much. Last time we had someone from Zimbabwe who was watching in, and I want to say thank you very much. More so for the people who comment first, I also want to say thank you very much. Time check, it is 9:35. I told you every day in the morning we are supposed to be here, every day in the morning. But of course, in the morning we are getting what we call inspiration. In case it's your first time, of course, to tune in and to be watching, and this is what we decided to do. Of course, we've been doing a lot of things. We've done interviews with different celebrities over the years, but now I decided, like, ever since I got my son, and I'm a single dad. For those who don't know, I'm a single dad and dedicated dad. Yeah, so I'm always with my son. So I thought of something, and I was like, for 2026, why is it that I don't do something different? I want to make videos which my son will be proud of when he grows up, and I'm not there, or even if I'm there and he needs to talk to me, he would watch some of these videos. And each video we do, by the way, because this time around I want to create a community of people whereby we can support each other. Most of the time we spend a lot of time on social media scrolling, making other people richer and making ourselves poorer. Why? Because you pay data for a given telecom company and you keep the entire day scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you've not learned anything, and you've not connected with people, you've not interacted with people. Basically, you're gaining nothing and you're spending a lot of money. So I was of an idea for 2026. I came up with this idea like 5 years ago. I told myself 2026, I want to create a community. I want to make videos that my son will be proud of and other people will be proud of. I didn't want to get a lot of numbers. I didn't want to get like 1,000 people watching, because in case I wanted to make such kind of videos, I would still go do those interviews, look out for trending stories, or trending stories. If they are non trending, they are breaking stories. I was like, I'm not going to do that, because we did that for the last 15 years. So I told myself, after entertainment and after going through, of course, politics, then 2026, I was like, this is going to be mine and my son. And of course, today's topic, what we are going to be talking about, is about putting yourself first. Yeah, so much of the time, of course, I want us to be inspired, more so when it comes to morning. Let me tell you something. Yeah, we all have things we want in life. There are things, for us to be successful, there are things that we always want to achieve. We are always up to something. Sometimes we can feel like we are failures because we try to compare ourselves with other people. We talked about that yesterday, but today there is something that I want to tell you. And in case you do this, some of these things, I'm telling you, will get results. And by the way, on the other hand, for the people who love us to be using Luganda, it is intentional that we are using English, because it is so bad that you could have a friend and maybe you'd want to share with them this information, but at the end of the day, because we are using Luganda, we tend not to cut across. It is basically Ugandans in diaspora or Ugandans in Uganda who understand the language, but it's always very beautiful. And again, it is something that I strategized about, and it is all intentional, because I felt like maybe people are in Ghana. Like last time we had someone from Zimbabwe, and we were communicating and she could understand basically what we were saying. And again, it is also intentional that I didn't want us to be discussing about people. Yeah, it is always not good to discuss people. Why? Because when you discuss people, you could be talking about someone. someone else in another country doesn't know about. So at the end, it seems like a nonsense kind of a podcast or chat. So I want someone to get value of their data, to get value of their time that, of course, they give us, to be like, let me watch Anderson, so that, you get results out of it instead of just sitting, getting entertained, and you benefit totally nothing. So this is the thing, yeah. Much of the time, if someone wants to be weak, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, but weak people, yeah, I'm generalizing it. Weak people always will chase for partners, yeah. If it's a man, a weak man will chase for women. If it's a woman, a weak woman would be chasing for a man. That makes you weak, because if you are there and the only thing you think about is, getting a partner, whether a man, or you're chasing for a man, or you're chasing for a woman, at the end of the day, it will make you weak. Why? Because when you chase a relationship, or you chase a woman, guess what is going to happen? You're going to let all your other dreams, yeah, fall apart, because you're chasing this one woman. Me, I reached a point in my life, for the people again who've been following, I told you I've spent 3 years minus sleeping around. It is just me for the last 3 years, just me and my son, because I got a purpose in life, and I'm like, you know what? Now I don't feel like settling down with a woman is one of my main points. Yeah. I was like, no, that is one of the least points. One of the main points is to focus basically on me. So if you want to be weak, if you want to fail, I'm telling you, this is the truth. Some of these things I've tried to make research for the last 7 years when I was off social media, and I was basically supporting Bobby Wine, because I liked his intentions, and I liked his movement, and I liked whatever he was dreaming for Uganda. I really wanted it. So I made sure I go off, yeah. I go off and I concentrated strictly on him, and that's the content that we were doing. But now, in that period, still again in 7 years, I made sure I make research about 2026, and I noticed that if you chase women, if you chase men, and that is your ultimate goal, let me tell you, even if you're the strongest man or the richest man, it has always been women as a downfall for men. I'm telling you, that is the truth. So if you think like getting into that relation, even if you're rich, man, yeah, we've seen them on the newspapers, we've seen them on TV, when a man, his downfall was caused of a woman. So at the end of the day, me, what I think is, if you chase your purpose, because I'm going to be giving you 3 scenarios, yeah. If you want to be weak, chase women or chase men. Let me tell you, you will not achieve some of the things that you want to achieve in life. That is the truth, yeah. But of course, an average man or an average woman, of course, will always want to put themselves first, yeah. And if you want to put yourself first, but then let me try to first share. Let me first share on my WhatsApp stories. Let me first share there a little bit, so that other people can also join us. But of course, as I was still telling you, if you want to be an average person, we live. Yeah, I'm posting on my WhatsApp status. Yeah. So if you want to be an average person would always want to put themselves first. And in case you want to put yourself first, guess what? The things you're going to be looking at. Of course, now everything is about you. Yeah. It is about you, the clothes you're putting on, where you stay, where you sleep. Basically, it's all about you. But remember, if you're putting yourself first, yeah, beauty fades, yeah. For the girls, beauty fades. Much of these other things which are basically towards us, they're always temporary. That is the word. They're always temporary. But of course, if you want to be a strong woman, or if you want to be a strong man, this is the fact I'm telling you. Of course, one of the things you're supposed to chase, if you want to be strong woman or a strong man, the first thing you're supposed to chase is, of course, number one should be God. In whatever you believe in. Me, I say God or whatever you believe in. People believe in different things, but whatever you believe in, yeah, that supernatural thing, whatever you believe in, first believe in that, number one. Number two, make sure you have a purpose for your life. Make sure you have a purpose for your life. What is it that you believe in? Get a purpose. Be like, this is what I want. Get a purpose, yeah? And after that, make money. I've just combined all those ones together. Believe in something, which I say believe in God. Of course, get a purpose in life. And number three, make money at all costs. Most of the people say that, money can never make you happy. But let me tell you, some of the people say you rather cry and you're crying on a plane to go to Paris for a vacation, or you rather cry in a small thatched hut with an abusive husband or abusive woman. So think about that carefully. So at the end, okay, okay. Someone is calling me. Someone is calling me. Someone is calling me. Okay, let me. All right. Okay, sorry about that. Of course, I had an engagement, so someone was talking to me. So at the end of the day, yeah, if you have a purpose in life, having a purpose in life is knowing basically what you want in life, and you're like, at all cost, this is what I'm going to be chasing. There, you're having a purpose in life. Now, for example, I'll be giving much of the examples with me, because some of the things that I always talk about, it is either I'm working upon them, or I want them to happen. Yeah. So even me, it's not like I'm an expert, or I'm a motivational speaker. Some of these things I'm also just learning, and being off grid and spending a lot of time alone, it gives me time to think about a lot of things. And I'm like, I wish I knew this a little bit earlier. I wish someone told me this a little bit earlier. So some of the things I keep sharing, they are the things that I've either gone through, or I'm going through, or I'm also trying to basically learn. So it's not like, I know everything. No. But if you have a purpose in life and you know exactly what you want, and you're being so much intentional, I told you I'll be using that word intentional quite a lot. And you're being so much intentional in that will make you a little bit more stronger, and it will make you even more successful. I learned that a little bit late, but of course, being weak as I started, for the people who have just joined, what will make you weak as a person, either a man or a woman, is when you're chasing for a man or you're chasing for women. If you chase for that, it's going to make you weak. And in case you want to be an average person, that's when you put yourself first, in case you want to be an average person. But if you want to be a strong person, what you're supposed to do is you have to know what you have to get to know your purpose. You have to be intentional. You have to make money, and you have to believe in anything. Me, I believe in God. So you can believe in either Allah, or you can believe in Maria, or you can believe, it doesn't matter, but believe in something. Then that is going to make you stronger. Now, if we can talk about having a purpose. Now, me, as I told you initially, that I've spent 3 years, yeah, man, as having sexual intercourse, and it is intentional, because now I notice, being with my son and giving him a lot of time, which, by the way, I picked up that thing also on, I think it was on Instagram. And then a wise man was saying that, the time you spend and you're not with your kids and you're trying to make money, these kids are going to grow up. But, providing for a person whom you've not been spending enough time with, yeah. So at the end of the day, they will grow, and you will not understand the kind of people or the kind of kids you raised. Look at it this way. Imagine you having a dog, the dog you love so much. Of course, you got it, you never spend time with it, but of course, you send money for it to be fed and to be taken care of. But the mere fact that you've not been around, guess what is going to happen? When you come back and you spend all these years trying to chase for money to feed and take care of this dog, and someone else is doing so, this dog will be more connected. Yeah, it will be more connected with someone who has been feeding it than the person who was sending just money. So that is the same thing that happens with the kids that we raise. So me, when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Now I'm going to spend a lot of my time with my son. How, I don't know, but of course I will definitely get to know how I will do it. And of course it worked out, and it worked out perfectly. Right now, third year running, yeah, we are not that good. We have, we have our shortcomings here and there, but of course we are not where we used to be. So now I got a purpose, and I'm like, okay, if now I have a son, what is it? What are the priorities in my life? And I told myself the priorities in my life, of course, is to make him have good shelter, have good education, mentor him, I make him the kind of a person that I want him to become. Yeah. So that's what I'm focused on basically. That's what I'm that's what I'm focused. That's the purpose. That's what I really want. So because I know what I want, of course there will be diversions that will come in life. Someone can suggest, hey Anderson, you come abroad, there is a gig here, you can work here. And I wouldn't go. Why? Because I know my direction. I basically know someone cannot come and divert me from my purpose and what I want to do for my son. It is being intentional. It doesn't matter whether this job is paying how much. No, I decided and I'm like, I'm spending much of my time with my kid and it is intentional. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to be a strong person, you have to know exactly what you want. You have to have a purpose. You have to know. And if you know whatever you do in life is basically sending you towards your purpose or towards your goal, you get. So remember, there've been three kinds of people. There is a weak person, there's an average person, then there's a strong person. So you have to be that strong person who knows exactly what you want. And if you know exactly what you want, it will be very hard for someone to deviate you from your dream or from what you basically want. So me, when I learned that, and that is the strongest thing, when I learned that, I made sure like no one can divert me. No one can wake up early in the morning and put an idea in me because these are the things that I gave time, I thought about, and I'm like, this is what I want. Anything up, anything down, anything on the sides, left, right, center. I know basically what I want. I have a goal. It's like when you're running, maybe it's a marathon or it's a sprint, you basically know that's where you're going. So it doesn't matter whether you find food on the road, if you find girls on the road, if you find men on the road, you're like, no one is diverting me. If you want to get, deviated, is when you're not having that purpose and you're not being intentional. That anything that comes through, someone comes and then they're like, there is a job here. Which kind of a job? They are doing this, we go. There is this, you know what? Let's go. You're being deviated. But if you're focused, and your attention is on one thing and you're like, that is what I want, let me tell you, if you're not deviated, it can take time. That is true. It can take time. But of course, because you're focused, yeah, and you want one thing, have you seen people who are like, I want to travel, but I want to go to a specific country? Maybe I want to go to Canada. And it doesn't matter whether you're taking them to London, whether they're like me, I want to go to Canada. Guess what? It can take some time, yeah. It can take some time, but it will definitely work. It will definitely work. I'm telling you, it will definitely work if you stick on one thing and you're focused and you're like, that is all I want. Just like how, if you focus on anything, me, one thing I've noticed, if you focus on anything and you're like, this is one I want to achieve, and you focus on it, even if it is 10 years, you will definitely get it. It's like someone who wants to get married. If you focus and for you, that is all you want, you're like, me, whatever I do, I just want to get married. And you can never do something that you don't think about. Yeah. You become what you think about, the people that you associate with, you become what you listen and what you watch or what you read. So if you're focused and you're like, this is what I want, definitely it will work out. It's like someone wants, if someone says, I want to go to school and maybe I want to be a lawyer. And whatever they do, it is taking them towards that direction. Even if they call them and they're like, you know what, you're coming to this institute, but of course you're going to be a cleaner where it is going to be in a law firm. For some reason, because it is towards you becoming a lawyer, you end up going there. But in case again someone calls you and then they are taking you in broadcasting, because that's not your direction, guess what? You're going to go back to your direction because that's what you really, 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 really want. And in case you do, and everything I do in daily life is basically taking me the same direction. It doesn't matter whether I'm there yet, but at least I'm not where I used to be. Whatever I do, I spot, I know what I want. I can give you a brief of my life and how I want it to be in just sentences. Basically, I know what I want. I'm being intentional. I'm being focused. Yeah. So those are the kind of three people I was telling you. There is a weak one. Of course, those ones are chasing women or men. Then there is an average person who basically, everything is up to them. It is, it's them coming first, and then this third person that I was telling you about, and I'm still talking about, is that person who puts their purpose, yeah, first, and whatever they believe in. Yeah, believe in God. You could believe in Allah. You could believe in Maria. You could believe in whatever. Believe in something and then make money. I'm telling you, make money. Make money. Let me tell you, whatever happens in life, you got to have money. So when you put all those things together, because now, as I told you initially, for the person who is weak and they are chasing women or they are chasing men, you know what happens? Of course, they end up losing themselves. Yeah, relationships always break. You know, people always break up. You've seen the best couples break up. The people whom you look at break up because your initial plan or your initial target was basically chasing for men or chasing for women. But again, an average person, as I told you initially, of course, you are there to survive. An average person just survives. You survive because everything is up to you. You're like, how will me, me, mine, me, mine. At the end of the day, you're just surviving. You're surviving. And there is nothing as dangerous as surviving. Me, I would tell you, even up to now, like I'm surviving. Being in a survival mode is very dangerous because you don't know what tomorrow holds. Yeah. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. You're just surviving. You don't know where the next meal is going to come from. You're just surviving. Survival mode is very, very dangerous. It is something that I'm working on even now. Me, myself, Anderson Luze, I'm working to move away from this survival mode. I come into a system where I know I wouldn't think of what to eat. I know I wouldn't think of how I will get school fees for my kids. That is putting up a system. When you put up a system, everything just matches out. It doesn't matter whether you're sick, you've gotten an accident, but because you created a system and you're not in a survival mode. Survival mode is how most of the Ugandans and most of the people around the world live. They live for today. And living for today is very dangerous because now, if my son got sick and I'm in a survival mode, I don't know what is going to happen. Why? Because I didn't put up a system. I didn't put up a plan that if he gets sick, maybe there is an insurance. You get. So now, if you're in survival mode, that is an average person. You're just in a survival mode. You just survive. But guess what? The strong person that I talked about the most, a strong person builds, of course, a legacy. Yeah, you build a legacy that you have a system and everything is working. Most of the people call it everything is working as I planned it or on plan. You get the point. So there, because now you have a purpose, and then you've made money and you believe in something, you're going to leave a legacy because you're not working for today's meal. Yeah. You're not looking for today's survival. You're building a legacy that even immediately after you, the next generation would survive off you because you built a system and you left a legacy because you had a purpose and you had a dream and you were intentional at the things that you were doing. I don't know if you're picking. And for the people who will watch again, after the video is done, after this live is done, by the way, time check, it is 9:57. Yeah. When this live is done, of course, you will be putting in your comments and I'll be reading some of them as they come. So build yourself. Of course, purpose. Beauty fades, and of course, much of the things are temporary, and pleasure always disappears too. You get the point. So you have to know basically what is it you want in life. That is the most crucial thing that I felt like, I wanted us to talk about. Because if you leave a legacy, you cannot just wake up early in the morning and you've been in a survival mode and then you leave a legacy. It's impossible. It is really impossible. Why? Because you did not build a system. You didn't have a system. You didn't have a way how things are supposed to be working. As I told you initially, of course, we could do a lot of things, but I was like, no, I want to make videos that someone can watch even after 5 years, 10 years, because I have videos I made 15 years ago and they are still on YouTube. But now I felt like 2026, I want to do videos that will make my son proud. And if I'm not around, he'll be like, what would daddy say at this point? And guess what? When he goes in the videos, he'll have that video and I would be talking to him and he'll be like, yes, I think I would do that. We have because me growing up, I've learned a lot of things. Growing up, I've learned a lot of things. Like when we were growing up, we thought our parents were a little bit dumb. Yeah. We thought they didn't understand things. But growing up, the more I grow up, then I understand that the more you grow, it's the more experience you have about life. You could be like, we are in the digital world now, we are in an AI generation. But let me tell you, the people who were there before basically know more. They know a little bit more. If you're 20 and someone is 30, basically they have more life experience more than you. So getting knowledge from them is very important and very crucial. I remember when I was growing up, and most of the time they would say, guys, switch off the lights. Who has opened the tap? Close the tap. Don't I could not understand why they were doing that. Now I really understand when you tell someone switch off the lights because the bills will be coming through. But it's not until we grow up and then we are like, oh, this is what they were talking about. And then they tell you, you don't get involved in relationships when you're still at school. Please, coupling is not good at school. And for you, you feel you're in love and you feel whatever they are saying nonsense. It is not until you're having 7 kids by the time you're 35 and you have to take care of them. And now you cannot prosper in life because you have to take care of these 7 kids. So that's why now I learned that someone who has more experience in something, I would rather listen to them. Them days when we were young, when we were still youthful, we were like, nah, 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 nah. You could not take advice. But let me tell you, someone who is older than you, they basically have more life experience more than you. Yeah. They have more life experiences more than you. So sometimes we just have to listen and learn from them. That's why yesterday I was talking and I was telling people you cannot buy experience. You cannot go study experience. Experience is it is just natural. It comes with time. The more you do something, it is the experience. The more you grow up, is the more experience you get about life. So maybe some of you could be privileged to have people, yeah, who would tell you much about life. And some of us, we didn't get the privilege to have maybe parents there, to have people who could mentor us. But in case you have that person who is a little bit older than you, even if they're not older than you, someone could be younger, but they have an experience in something. But now we are talking about life. That life experience is all about, the time you've been there because you've seen these things. Now, me, there are things I wouldn't have known had I not reached this age. But because now I've grown up, so I have more life experiences, I could look at something and I'm like, I know where that one is going to end. And the 15-year-old would come up because they feel, they have those hormones, yeah. They feel maybe they are better, they are sharper, but you know where that will end. If someone now started coupling up, when they're still in their secondary, I would know where that would end. I would definitely know. They wouldn't know by that time. So that's why it is very important for 2026. Me, I told this to myself, and it is intentional that 2026 I'm going to make different kind of videos. I'm not going to be doing interviews. I'm going to focus on stuff that even when my kid grows up, my son grows up, he would watch and he will feel proud of his dad. You get the point? So it is all intentional. And it took me 7 years. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give it 1 year. I'm giving it 1 year. If it works out well and good, if it doesn't work out, maybe I'll change strategy. But at the end of the day, we didn't come here because of the money. No, we came here because I felt like now it is time to leave that legacy. And people would watch these videos later on and they're like, wow, these were good videos. And such kind of videos, just like how I told you, they are non trends or breaking stories. These are things that concern our lives. Because why would you spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes, watching a video and you don't benefit nothing? It is really, really, really very upside. You don't benefit now. But remember, the end of the day, you're spending. Yeah. Each time you watch someone out there is getting paid. You're supposed to pay for data for all these telecom companies. So I told myself, no, 2026, I'm going to focus on me and my son, and I got a purpose. So, as I told you about these 3 people, having a purpose is the most crucial. It is very, very important to have a purpose because if you're having a purpose and you're having direction and you basically know what you want and you're being intentional. Now, me, I'm at the point in my life where I'm being so intentional that I cannot do anything minus knowing where I benefit from. If I know I'm not benefiting nothing, then I'm not doing that. Even if it's to listen to a song, if I know I'm going to listen to it just for fun, I'm not listening to it. even if it's to watch a movie, even if it's moving out, even whatever I do, I'm being intentional and I basically know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why? Because now I've reached a stage, by the way, I don't know whether it works with everyone. Yeah, some people lag behind, but when you reach 35, 36, me, that is the time I started now, observing things. Yeah, when I made 35, that's when I was now being intentional. I was like, what is happening with my life? Then I started to reflect and I looked at myself and I'm like, where am I going to be in 5 years when I am 40? Where am I going to be? So now I start being crucial with the decisions that I make with my life. So I don't want to be a weak person who is chasing for a woman, because when you've worked on all these things and you've gotten your purpose, then a woman or a man will come in your life because they see your direction. They see your direction. I wouldn't, get married or settle down with someone who is not willing to support my dream. And supporting my dream or my purpose is not being financial. It is someone knowing that, you know what, by this time he'll be recording a video. Let him record. By this time he'll be doing this, and you support that person. So now I'm like, no, I'm not going to be a weak person who's going to chase all the women. No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run for my purpose. Most of the people like things. Most of the people want to hang out with the people who already made it in life. People want to associate with people who have already made it in life. So if you're there busy chasing this woman and you're living your dream, remember I told you by that time you end up losing yourself. But again, if you're focused to yourself and someone notices, more so when someone is more brighter and smarter, they will know that according to what this guy or this girl is doing, I can see that they will be successful. Then they will come and you join your dreams and you all chase the same thing. You get the point? And that is with the bright women or the bright men. But if you find another one who everything is upon themselves, yeah, themselves, they are some of the word they always use is being mean, yeah. Being mean is when everything is supposed to be yours, everything you do surrounds basically you as an individual. But when you have a purpose, I'm telling you, if you have a purpose and you know your direction and you're being intentional, things will definitely work out. You get, things will definitely work out. So you just have to be intentional. And I'm telling you, you cannot do the same thing over and over and over and it doesn't work out. I've seen it happen. Today, again, I have some streamers, I think they're in the US. I've saw them when they are starting. I saw them when they put up their first video. I've seen them making their first live stream and they've been consistent. Now it's like a year. And when I saw them in just like 10 minutes, their numbers were up there. And I was like, that is the thing. As long as you stick on one thing and you remain on it and you're like, this has to work. Either way, this has to work. It will definitely work. There is no person on this earth who would stick on one thing and do it repetitively and it really fails. It is impossible. It is impossible. The more you do something, yeah, the more you do something, you will get experience, you will get more knowledge, you will get to know how to skip some of these hurdles that you always face. Yeah. So even if anything in life. That's how life really works. So don't be the weak person who chases for women and men. Don't be an average person whom everything concerns you and it is always you. But be a strong person, a focused person, to have a purpose, to have a dream, to make money at the same time, believe in something. Like me, I believe in God. You're supposed to believe in something. Then there, guess what will happen? Of course, when you do that, whatever you want, you'll be added on to you. So every morning, of course, we do these lives. We do in the morning, we do in the evening, then we do late at night. So today, this morning, we've done 33 minutes. Time check, it is 10:08. Yes. So I'm going to be calling it a wrap. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night from wherever you have been watching and from. If you feel like you love the video, yeah, if you think you'd love to watch such kind of content, you can go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button that each time I come through in the morning, in the evening, and of course late at night, at least you're among the first people to be watching. I still remain Luze Andrew Anderson. That is my WhatsApp number. I want to create a community of people, yeah, a community of people who can support each other. Now I feel I don't want to do content whereby you just entertain people and do gossip. I feel like we can connect. Yeah, just like how you could get someone's WhatsApp number and you video call them, you talk to them, and you support each other. I feel like this YouTube channel 2026, that's what basically we are going to be doing. We want to create a support system, a team of people. We create a WhatsApp group whereby we would encourage and support each other in one way or the other. I still remain Luze Andrew Anderson. It's been beautiful being here. And of course, it has ended at 10:09 Ugandan time. Until then, I want to say bless ya. Have a good day. Have a good morning, a good afternoon.